Finding out that I was a human design projector type in the human design system was one of the biggest shifts in my self-understanding in the last few years. Just reading the description differences between the generator type and the projector type made so much sense to me that I did have a bit of a cry. And this is because any projector type who figures out that they're the projector type in the human design system contrasts it to the generative type. It just makes so much sense in the way that our bodies operate, our energy operates, and how our mind operates as distinct from the generator type. Now, life as a exhausted and bitter and burnt out generator can be miserable. I know it. I know that myself. I wanted to offer a couple of tips today that I don't think you'll be finding on any other human design videos, just unconventional tips. So first things first, obviously the human design projector has to reanalyze their relationship to work. If you're going to a 9-to-5 office job, or if you're going to retail, if you're constantly working, you'll know it yourself. You'll come home exhausted, tired, bitter. Weekends you'll just be resting. You won't have really time for relationships or hobbies, and you'll just turn into a bit of a miserable, bitter person, and that type of person isn't good to be around. You probably already experienced that for yourself. I've experienced that for myself. So they have to realize that they operate differently from that standard work model, and as a result they have to shift into unconventional work models. You just have to bite the bullet and figure that out. You will gain more by working less, essentially, with projectors. Second tip that you won't find going around too much human design: Kriya yoga. Okay, so we all know yoga, that's yoga in the gym, the classical postures yoga that's been very popular in the last 10 years. That's Hatha yoga, Hatha. But Kriya yoga is kind of the original old school techniques of the old yogis of the past. Different technique, breathing techniques, locks in the body, and all of these old Kriya techniques are essentially to manipulate the flow of energy in the body and increase the level of prana in the body, increase the level of vital energy in the body in order to reach more higher states of consciousness. But projectors can really benefit from that because they really need the increase of energy. I've studied a lot of the old school classic Kriyas. Some of them are genuinely incredibly powerful and perhaps too powerful. I've used some old school techniques. I got some kind of uncomfortable side effects because they really do alter the nervous system that much. One Kriya that I've settled on comes from the Isha Foundation. It's Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya. At first, I thought this was kind of a simple, mass-marketed breathing technique that can easily marketable to everyone because the Isha Foundation is so huge. But actually, it's simple, it's effective, and it's short, and it easily goes into someone's daily life. So I do that every morning now. I do Shambhavi Mahamudra every morning. And that's a very simple way to increase the overall energetic flow, increase the mental clarity. And trust me on that, because I've tried loads of different Kriya techniques, heavier ones, or more old school ones with heavier side effects. This is a Kriya that can increase my energy and my mental clarity with less side effects. Third thing, if you're familiar with human design, you're probably familiar with astrology. If you ask any astrologer, around 3 to 4 o'clock, the sun is going to be transiting the 8th house on any given day. If we made a chart of the day, 3 or 4 o'clock comes around, the sun will transit into the 8th house position. All the astrologers will tell you that this 8th house position is very heavy energy. It's a lot to do with psychological losses, hidden things, taboo things, occult things. As a generally heavier energy. It's not the greatest high energy sign. So that's why I find it interesting that around the 3 to 4 o'clock time period, Spanish types will have a siesta maybe, other cultures will take rests or naps at that time. But you'll notice if you're working retail or office in your workplace, 3 to 4 o'clock is that time period where everyone's kind of just lower energy. It's after lunch, they're kind of tired. It's not 5 o'clock yet, no one gets to go home, and yet there's still work to be done. It's a really grindy time of day, that 3 to 4 o'clock period where everyone's trying to force themselves to focus, but the energy is really heavy. So if you can take some sort of quick nap, quick break, if you're in the office, can you move your lunch or your break time to 3 to 4 o'clock? If you're a work from home type, can you just close your eyes off for a little bit whilst you get something done? Even if you're in constant retail, can you just go easy on your feet for that time period? Just grab a drink, just be on the computer. Don't be lifting things around during that time period. Notice that the 8th house transits around 3 to 4 o'clock every day. don't fight against that energy. In fact, that would be a good time to rest and recuperate for the projector, just to make it through. On this channel, what we're going to be doing is integrating a lot of insights from astrology, human design, integral theory, personal development, developmental psychology, east-west stuff, to produce the kind of unique insights that you might not find on other channels. I hope this has kind of been helpful for people, and I'll see you in the next one.